Here I am in my little isolation studio.
Thanks for having me on, Richard. Really looking forward to this.
From Isolation Studios, it's Richard Krause.
I've had 3 people come up to me and say, something you wrote changed my mind about the death penalty. So you can't tell me that music can't change the world, because I have experience of that in my life.
I'm really inclined to traditional country music, and Patsy Cline was my first recollection of country music.
The funny part is that when you tell a teenager or a young person that you can't do something, they want to know more about it.
Yeah.
So the song was falling off the charts. It was banned by the Catholic diocese, and after that came out, that it was banned, it took off like crazy. You know, Billy always says that he puts a couple of bucks in the envelope on Sunday.
It's interesting that you asked that question. Not a lot of journalists think to ask that.
Well, it's hard to shock me. I've done a lot of research on a lot of nasty topics, shall we say.
Those actors who understand the magic of it, we also understand that there's a great responsibility in it. It is not about your ego. You are not the star. It's the story that you're telling that's the star, and you tell that story as best as you can, you know?
You know, I was going to show everybody, all the kids that bullied me, and all the teachers that said I was an idiot, you know, that I'd never amount to anything. So that this art form was my ticket to prove to them that I wasn't a piece of garbage. I'll show them.
I think that if you're getting up and getting out of bed and getting one foot in front of the other, you're winning.
But then the Clash came out, and it was like an army, a four-man army. I'd never seen energy like on stage.
Dad worked at a radio station. Mom was a radio station. She gossiped, and she spoke in a real machine gun blast of gossip.
If we go to church, if we pray to God that wants to save us, we can't just do it on Sunday. We take a lessons on Sunday and carry it on from Monday to Saturday of that mindset. And the mindset tells us, in America especially, that we're one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And among those freedoms, there's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. We're not living that. So we don't have to rewrite the law. We just have to pay attention to it.
Like, I think you have carte blanche creatively, absolutely. But you don't have, that doesn't mean you're devoid of any of the strings that connect you to it.
I look at Indian country, and I look at the, serious problems in places like the Navajo Nation. And I'm reminded, of course, that we've been dealing with plagues for our entire history, certainly colonial history. And here we are again. So history repeats itself in really unnerving ways.
I don't know, I should be talking to my therapist about this and not you, and I do, but I feel like this is something that maybe a lot of people who are creative can relate to.
And the best advice I can give you is to find a walk in life where you can be honest with yourself and with everybody else. And then your life will be magical. It truly will.
The doctors say my head's fucked up, yeah.
Imagine if we all collectively together just, thought about the staff, the kitchen, the perhaps the delivery person who has to go out of their way, risk themselves. What if we could take that and just add a little bit of magic to their life, and we just add a little bit of something for them?
I'd sing at the top of my lungs, whatever song it was at the time, I am your lady and you are my man. And I would belt it, and I would try to get these little old guys to look up.
I have a question for you, Richard.
Sure.
Do you have trousers on?
I'm a big believer in the old showbiz saying, leave them wanting more. That's just
and I am a comedian, and my instinct is to do it and get off the stage and make them go, I wish he'd stayed.
I'm getting naked, covering myself with olive oil, and then getting in the tub and trying to get out without using my hands or arms, which is a great core workout.
I'm out in the country, so my social distancing chops were already finely honed.
They announced yesterday no singing and no dancing on patios, and I thought, as the star of Footloose, perhaps you might have some advice for us.
I don't think I could really draw exception with that, even though I think the dancing is great, and I still do.
I do know that I've been washing my hands improperly for my whole life.
If you don't, I don't know, if you don't come out of this learning something when it has to come to gratitude, then, I mean, whatever happens to you, I'm not even going to feel bad anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, it's been lovely speaking to you too. Thank you so much. And believe me, nobody ever does research. So it's really nice talking to somebody who's done the research. Thank you.
From Isolation Studios, it's Richard Krause.